Hi, it's me. Hi, it's me, and back with another stream. This time I am showing pictures of what I've taken during the Circle Line Phase 6 MRT station public preview. And now, let me just scroll to the start. Can I see the chat? Chat test. I cannot see the chat. There goes my level of comfort. No, I'm not streaming on my gaming laptop because I will have other opportunities to sit there after the end of the stream. Yes, I'm addicted to a new game. A new video game that's driving. Totally unlike what I'm doing right now. Okay, so without further ado, or is it with some more ado, how can I make myself comfortable such that I can see the chat? Looks like there's no way. Whoops. Okay, I should be swiping to the right. Okay, so the journey begins at Marina Bay MRT station, where they are trying to marshal people from a working Circle Line station to a not yet open to the public Circle Line station. Just follow the signboard, and eventually you'll get there. Okay, it's a convoluted route, and I did not map it out in photograph form due to national security concerns. So don't expect to see the entirety of an MRT station in the form of photographs. Maybe some other content creator with the required security clearance can do so. Not for me. Yeah, another reason why I decided to share the photos on a mobile platform is so that I can manipulate the photographs as and how I like. Yes, I'm still walking towards the shuttle train service. Okay, proof of attendance, present at Marina Bay, going towards Prince Edward Road. The locality map around Prince Edward Road. I think the only thing to take note of is there are two station exits, one towards the Greater Central Business District and another one just short of outside the Shenton Way bus terminal. And beyond that, Tanjong Pagar Terminal, which is still in operation. Okay. Another shot of the train platform at Prince Edward Road. So Prince Edward Road is divided into multiple levels with one train direction service on only one level of the platform. So it is a top and bottom configuration rather than left and right. Looks just like any other modern underground MRT platforms. Of similar design would be the Thomson East Coast Line. Yeah, this is still Prince Edward Road Station. This is outside the T8 concourse level. And since it is a public preview, there are also some booths being situated around in all the three new MRT stations. Fun for the whole family. Exhibit A, fun for the whole family. Next station, the Singapore MRT game. It is a physical game and it's being made by Tembusu Games Private Limited. Not sure if you have heard of it. I certainly didn't. But since it is not in the business of making video games, probably that's the reason why. I have no idea. Also, still at Prince Edward Road MRT station, an exhibition panel with the Land Transport Master Plan refresh. share your wishes with the land transport minister. There's a lot of post-it notes. This is an AI generated image for visioning purpose, not meant to be an accurate representation. Okay, this stand has the stage program that was scheduled at Prince Edward Road. So many stage games, and I wasn't present for any of them. Can't be there for the whole day. Do you like answering quizzes? Do you like interacting with the government stat boards digitally? Well, if you have participated, you have a chance to win up to $50 of fair price vouchers, limited to the 100 participants. But $50 is $50, I guess. This will interest quite a number of parties. This is still Prince Edward Road Station. As you can see from the right side, it still says Prince Edward Road. And look at these glass doors and windows. Prime real estate, ready to be rented out to the next commercial purpose, be it a convenience store, an underground office, a dance academy. And is this supposed to be where they stack Jenga blocks? Or are they trying to build a Stonehenge? Wait, don't tell me this is a mock-up of an elevated train platform. Okay, another activity booth, fun for the whole family. Try your hand at ring toss. These are the rings, and you toss. Oh, was I spotted? Nah, just a figment of my imagination. Circle line art at Prince Edward Road, titled The Doppler. Doppler explores the paradox of our existence, how we are constantly influenced by unseen forces such as sound, motion, and perception, yet we strive to make these intangible experiences visible and concrete. Composed of steel shapes, the sculpture echoes the bunching out of sound waves, capturing a static expression of air in motion. Its spiraling form draws inspiration from the propeller, a familiar sight in the port landscape around Prince Edward Road, where ships, cargo, and people are constantly in motion. This phenomenon, known as the Doppler effect, describes how sound changes as things move closer or further apart, echoing the rhythms of life of port life and travel. Though fabrication under intense heat, the steel transforms into a spectrum of iridescent color, reflecting many shades of human experience. Just as the Doppler effect alters our perception of sound through movement, the sculpture invites viewers to experience shifting perspective as they move around it, reinforcing the interplay between science and art. And this is a short bio of the artist Gerald Liao. He first worked as a designer for the music and club scene in Singapore and subsequently the field of contemporary art and theatre. His works have been showcased in all major museums in Singapore, Bangkok's Arts and Culture Centre, Chiang Mai's University Art Centre, Queensland College of the Arts, and Palais de Tokyo and the Falcon Factory. LTA Art in Transit program. Scan the QR code to find out more. And this is how one of its art piece looks like. If you are unable to appreciate it, maybe you should look at this with a more open mind. Or go back and read the sculpture description once more. Iridescent color indeed. Okay, here's another installation of the Doppler sculpture. Does it look like a crawling caterpillar? I don't think it's supposed to mean it that way. Okay, this is the max I can zoom in. Yes, it's a flat piece of metal stuck on the wall. Actual size. Looks like the turbulence left behind by moving fluids, preferably the liquid variety. Actual size. And these are how the sculptures look like along the corridor. Fairly spaced apart, uh, repeating patterns, so I didn't snap everyone up, just the unique ones. I wonder what this version of the locality map is supposed to represent. It's still Prince Edward Road. The exit is A and B, but it looks like a printout of something from the past. Not sure how far back in the past this is supposed to represent, but you will have to check whether the locality map matches up. Okay, and here's a series of photographs taken for the Curious Cassie. The story actually starts from Keppel MRT station, which is the last MRT station that I visit. At the end of the stream, I will probably give a chronological retelling of the story of the Curious Cassie. But for now, let us just appreciate the photographs and the artwork. Okay, this is a repeating panel. You will find this panel in almost all of the MRT stations that you will be visiting during the public preview. Okay, just a close-up shot of a wall of text. Let's move on. I guess viewing these texts without proper context is gonna be quite difficult. I shall move a bit faster from all these texts. We will revisit them in chronological order towards the end of the stream. In the meantime, just enjoy the beautiful pictures. I'll stop myself whenever there's something of more interest. Or you can just stop me by simply writing in the comment sections below. Okay, I do check the comments. See, checking the comments. Okay, unfortunately the phone is at chest level, so it's not something I can easily see immediately. Is this the last episode? Will it be continued with CCL 7? This is a STEM rally for Curious Cassie's CCL adventure. Step 1. Visit the activity card collection booth at Keppel Station to pick up an activity card, 1 card per person. Explore Keppel, Cantonment, and Prince Edward Road stations as you follow Curious Cassie's adventure across Circle Line 6. Step 3. Complete the adventure task at each station and stamp your activity card at the booth light activity station. Step 4. Once your activity card is complete, visit the redemption counter at Prince Edward Road to collect your special prize. Okay, there is a certain order to this stamp rally. Number 1, you must begin at Keppel Station. And you must end your activity at Prince Edward Road. So you have no choice but to travel along in this order. Otherwise, you are just extending your stay around the public preview. Terms and conditions. Participants must present a completed activity card with all station stamps collected and adventure tasks completed to redeem a giveaway. Each completed activity card is entitled to one prize redemption only. Redemption must be made in person and is only available during the CCL 6 public preview on 4th July 2026. That means to say you should be there the whole day, because you cannot just simply complete the stamp and choose to exchange it at a later time. Giveaway items will be issued at random. No request for specific designs or colors will be. Oh, okay. Sorry. Giveaway items will be issued at random. Requests for specific designs or colors will not be entertained. Exchange of giveaway items are not permitted. Wait, exchange of giveaway items with who? Probably with the people in charge. Giveaways are available on a first come first served basis while stocks last. The redemption activity will end once all giveaway items are fully redeemed. Employees of the Land Transport Authority and its appointed advertising agencies, including their immediate family members, are not eligible to participate in the prize redemption. LTA reserves the right to amend these terms and conditions without prior notice. Okay, another games booth. Cargo toss. Wait, why are you tossing cargo? Are they not fragile? Simply go booth. Looks like I've been spotted. Fleet and match at Prince Edward Station. Put your memory to the test. I don't have enough brain power to remember whatever is behind the train doors. Not enough brain power. And this is just a random shot of a long, seemingly unused corridor. And this is how vast the underground Prince Edward Road station is. The huge size would most likely be used to accommodate the station as a bomb shelter should the emergency need arises. And that is one of the few reasons that you shouldn't be videographing an underground MRT station. Okay, and this is one snapshot of the shuttle train heading towards Cantonment and Keppel. Alright, next stop, Cantonment MRT station. Circle line. I didn't notice this in the beginning, but it seems like there are stained glass installations at the platform level. Okay, proof of attendance. Yes, I've been at Cantonment MRT station. Hi, it's me. Does it look like me? Yeah, there's some similarities. Eh, this is so awkward. Okay, something interesting at the train platform level of Cantonment MRT station. Okay, this station is also just outside the Tanjong Pagar railway station, and I guess this is one of the more iconic uh, displays of the old railway station being co-opted into the Circle Line right now. The the person in blue is just about to set up a tripod for camera photograph taking, probably trying to capture the clock tower, the staircase, and the people around it. CE, CC, the various floating numbers. What do they mean? Check the MRT train map to find out more. And yes, since this is a clock, the clock is working. It is now 20 minutes past 1. Okay, moving on. The next in the series of pictures uh, capturing the stained glass installations. Each one looks to be unique by its own. It's a set of three. Unfortunately, my ugly mug is in the way. I'm unable to show you the entirety of the first panel. It's being covered by my face. But you get the idea. Pretty lights is being illuminated by a backlight. Is not shine. Is not that luminous by its own. No, these are not giant LED panels. They are properly stained glass. Stained glass. Ah, yes. Just my luck. Managed to catch the 88 million smile. Right, back to the stained glass. Eight sets of three, all unique. Okay, it's time for me to leave the platform. But before that, one more look at the 88 million smile. And the entourage. And here's the photographer waiting for the distinguished guest to ascend the escalator before snapping a photo. Fortunately for me, I'm faster. I snapped the photo before leaving. And this is the locality map for Cantonment. 4 exits. If you are looking to explore the former Tanjong Pagar railway station, use exit number 4. If you are a resident of the area, use exits 2 and 3. So this is where Everton Road is. And if you are a port worker or a man of culture, use exit 1 to get to the Singapore Art Museum. The art installation at Cantonment. Wheels of Momentum. Okay, let's take a look at the zoomed out version first. I have various other photographs taken at a closer range. Art in Transit, Singapore's largest public art showcase. Art in Transit is a platform for local artists to create original artworks for MRT stations. This mural is part of an initiative to inject vibrancy into our shared spaces and enliven the daily commute through the transformative power of art. And for this artwork, Wheels of Momentum, moving circles connecting communities. Inspired by the completion of the Circle Line in 2026, this artwork transforms circles into symbols of movement, connection, and progress. True stories of people, communities, nature, heritage, and everyday lives, the circles reflect the intersections of life, places, and memories within Cantonment. As they overlap and connect, they celebrate the shared experiences that shape our journeys and bring us together. Like the Circle Line itself, these connections create a continuous flow of movement and belonging, generating the momentum that carries us forward into the future. The completed Circle Line represents not an ending, but the beginning of new journeys, connections, and possibilities. And credits by the Cantonment Tower residents and Cantonment Primary School students, with art direction from Miss Anita Tamil Maram. Okay, so on the left, connect, journey, belong. What do these circles represent? Are they clear enough to be seen? Yes, I'll definitely have to keep it zoomed in. Right, let's take a look. Top to bottom, left to right. Journey, belong. Move together. How many of these scenes do you find relatable? also at Cantonment Road, virtual reality experience Journey 1969, a 360-degree virtual tour of somewhere in the past. I didn't manage to get to try out this myself, so I'm unable to give a more in-depth description of what this thing is about. In any case, just telling you that it is an immersive VR experience, I think it should sum up more or less what this thing is about. Okay, and once again, the number is 1969, not other years. Estimated wait time 45 minutes. Yeah. I'm not going to be standing here for 45 minutes. If I were doing a live stream, it would be entirely over by then. Find this familiar? Find this familiar? Timestamp 2:31 p.m. 4th July. Okay, and once again, the next few pictures will be about Curious Cassie. I will leave the storytelling towards the end of the stream once I get to the pictures around Keppel. But for now, just continue to enjoy the various artwork. Wow. Yep, this is probably what I thought of myself as I stepped out of Cantonment and looked at the stained glass panels. Okay, a view from the upper level, looking down on the passengers, the members of the public waiting for their shuttle train. Well, if you told me this is a picture that looks like the train has broken down again, it's rather convincing. And look, it's the guy in blue again. Okay, another picture. Same position, a different angle. And if you're looking to stare at a nice piece of wall, this looks like a quiet spot. The toilet is this way. Free wallpaper. You might have to crop my portrait out if you're intending to save a screenshot though. This is a very long LED panel wall panel. I'm not too sure whether is it installed just for the sake of the public preview, or is this gonna be a permanent fixture showing advertisements along the MRT station premises. Remains to be seen. Have to wait until, when is it? End July? When are the stations opening in the first place? It shouldn't be too long after this. I'll need to go and check out the time. Okay, a close up. MCs doing their thing. Okay, just the 3 stations being highlighted. The rest insignificant. Okay, another attempted close up. The first 8 station, one at every MRT station. If the members of the public require any medical assistance, this is the place they report to. Please do not touch the artwork. It's a sign. But what's the artwork? Stay tuned to find out. This is the start. And somewhere 50 meters away, that is the end. I was trying to capture the whole thing in one picture, but it's more difficult than I expected. Okay. Hope that this picture will give you a sense of perspective on how large the artwork is, because the next few pictures will be a closer up section of each individual section of this installation. Okay, so here's the same location but with a different set of people. Yes, these are single-use plastics. Fireman's hat. Given out as souvenirs. FOLT, Friends of Land Transport. for current FOLT, fault. That means if there's a current fault, that means there will have been a past fault and a future fault. To reclaim this teddy bear, present the EDM we send to you by LTA. Check in by scanning this QR code and redeem your Folk Bear and Folk Clicky keycap keychain while stock lasts. Try the train simulator. Show train simulator play pass at the train simulator queue. Is this it? Okay, back to snapping the photos. Excuse me, boy. Please do not touch the artwork. Why are you touching the artwork? The sign here says, please do not touch the artwork. Alright, so this is a description of this art installation for Cantonment. By Han Sai-po. This work captures the rhythm of movement and pause, the quiet moments that exist between one place and the next. Flowing lines and glimmers of light trace the unseen paths of the exchange, echoing Cantonment's history as a place of passage, connection, and transformation along the city's former coastline. The artwork reflects both the place of modern life and the stillness found within it, where journeys converge and diverge. The journey between weave, steel, and shimmer into a tapestry reflecting the ceaseless flow of travelers, treasures, and thoughts through this landscape. It celebrates the poetry of transformation, illuminating those luminous instants when history and possibility converge in a dance of light and shadow. And a brief bio of Han Sai-po, a leading modern Asian sculptor and recipient of Singapore's Cultural Medallion. She has participated in numerous international exhibitions and large-scale public sculpture projects, with works held in major museums, institutions, and public spaces worldwide. Internationally acclaimed, she has received awards including the India's 11th Triennial Top Award, China's Outstanding City Sculpture Award, and Italy's Leonardo Award. Yes, scan the QR code to find out more. It's another sign. And what? The train simulator estimated waiting time is 180 minutes and more. That's diabolical. The existence of this sign means they have already catered an expectation that people will wait for 3 hours just to get their hands on the train simulator. I'm not standing in line for 3 hours. And fortunately, this sign didn't get to be used because there wasn't that many people. Okay, at the same time as the station public preview, the Singapore Civil Defence Force also had put up an exhibition at Cantonment MRT station, and right this way to the SCDF exhibits. Okay, aptly named as the Civil Defense Shelters exhibit, among other things. But this is more or less the highlight of what they are trying to show. Selected underground MRT stations are designed to double as public shelters to provide protection for the population in times of a wartime emergency. To ensure a safe environment for the shelter occupants, the MRT CD shelters are designed with protective features against weapon effects. And what kind of weapon effects are they protecting from? Protecting against? Okay, civil defense shelters are designed to offer protection against weapon effects during wartime emergencies. You should move to the nearest CD shelter upon hearing the public warning system's alarm signal. And these are the different types of CD shelters. If you are a Singaporean local, is there any kind of shelter that you have not seen before? Wait, why are public buildings shelters? Improvised shelters that offer minimal to no additional protection. Underground basement car parks. And what? A bunch of furniture put together as improvised cover at home. I don't think these furnitures are popular among the younger generation right now. So if you are at home, the nearest shelter is your residential shelter or the improvised cover. If you are outdoors, head towards public shelters or the improvised public shelters. And if the internet is still operational, find the nearest public shelter using the QR code. What to do upon hearing the alarm signal? Stay calm, bring essential items, move quickly to the nearest shelter, tune in to the local free to air radio or TV channels. Blast door! Blast door! Okay, this would be the closest I got to photographing a blast door of the fallout shelter variety. A smaller version of the blast door. It seems like this door is open and there's a room inside. We managed to get a closer look after entering. And this is what the place looks like. It seems this is just a holding area, a decontamination area, just immediately after the blast off. Makeshift toilets. This side is for the female, and on the far right for the male. Dry toilets are set out in the MRT CD shelters for shelter occupants' use. The dry toilet assembly consists of toilet cubicles, toilet seats, and wash basins. At the dry toilet area, each shelter occupant will be given a hygiene bag with instructions on it. The hygiene bag is to be placed over the dry toilet seat in the cubicle. After use, the hygiene bag is to be sealed properly. The sealed hygiene bag is to be disposed in the designated waste collection bin. And if you are in a real emergency, how frequently will the waste collection bin be? And I guess this must be the hygiene bag. Where did I stop? Shelter management area. Shelter management areas are demarcated within the MRT CD shelter for the shelter occupants to occupy in an orderly manner when they enter the shelter. The shelter management areas will be demarcated by black and yellow striped adhesive tapes on the floor. The average size of each shelter management area can accommodate up to 100 shelter occupants. Shelter rules: no naked flame, no smoking. The lower left one will be please keep your volume down. It's a picture of a finger over the lips. Okay, and the lower right will be no littering. Can you make up the keep your volume down signage? Is it familiar to you? Okay, follow the designated civil defense personnel, the demarcated area, and whatever this is. Okay, practical hands-on experience, CPR, and the use of the defibrillators, the AEDs. Improvised first aid, among other things. Exhibit A, the injured person. In the rare event of a firearms or weapons attack, excessive bleeding is the main cause of death in a terrorist attack. If you are at the scene, you should hide from the source of danger. While hiding, if you encounter a casualty who is bleeding profusely, you should carry out IFAS by using commonly available items to stop the bleeding without drawing any attention to yourself. In the rare event of a firearms or weapons attack. Yeah. I agree with the statement firearms and weapons are not readily available. Of course, if you're talking about everyday items, household stationery, and kitchen utensils, don't classify them as weapons. Carry out the windlass technique if the bleeding does not stop after tying. A. Tie at least 5 cm above the first tie. B. Place a rod, pen, or wooden stick on the second tie and secure the rod. C. Turn the rod in one direction until the bleeding stops. D. Secure the rod by tying a knot. So what to do when a fire breaks out in a residential building? Fight the fire if you can, but do not illegible personal risks. Please do not undertake personal risks. Let's learn fire safety at home. Home fire safety checker. Well, if the QR code is scannable from the photograph, go ahead. Stop these potential hazards for a fire-safe community. Kitchen fire. Cover cookware lid. Cover cookware with lid or wet cloth. Turn off gas supply. Call 995 for SCDF assistance if the fire goes out of control. Avoid leaving cooking unattended. Avoid pouring water into cookware. Cluttered corridor. Ensure a minimum clear passageway of at least 1.2 meters. Call the town council for the removal of bulky objects. Avoid discarding items along corridors, lift lobbies, escape passageways, and staircases. And in the unfortunate situation where the rubbish chute catches fire, pour water down the chute until there is no more smoke. And where are you exactly going to be finding the water from? So remember, residents, do not throw lighted cigarettes butts into the rubbish chute. Yeah, you laugh now, but rubbish chute fire used to be a leading cause of fires in apartment buildings in the past. Then people got educated and this thing stopped. Okay, electrical fire hazards. Switch off electrical appliances when not in use. Avoid overloading electrical outlets. Frayed wires or damaged electrical equipment should not be used. And the current favorite, personal mobility device and power assisted bicycle. Purchase PABs with the EN 15194 certification and affixed with LTA's orange seal of approval. Purchase registered PMDs with the UL2272 certification mark. Use a power adapter that carries the safety mark and is recommended by the manufacturer. Charge PMD PAB on a hard, flat surface to allow optimal dissipation of heat. Regularly examine batteries for any damage or deformity such as bloating, corrosion, or powdery residue. Do not buy or use non-original batteries. Do not charge the PMD PAB immediately after use. Do not charge it immediately after use. Do not tamper with, modify, or attempt to repair a device on your own. Do not charge a PMD PAB or its batteries near combustible materials or along an escape path. And the last one, do not leave batteries or devices to charge unattended for an extended period of time or overnight. And this is one of the leading causes of battery fires right now in public housing. Did you know attending to non-life-threatening cases takes away precious resources, delaying help for people facing real emergency? In a life-threatening emergency, every second counts. So what are emergencies? Drowning, loss of consciousness, chest pain, seizure. What are non-emergencies? Slight fever, cough and flu, back strain, minor burn, sore eyes. So is it emergency or okay? Souvenir jackets for the kids. No, actually they are photograph props. Time check, it is 2:51 p.m. at the time of this photograph. Currently still at Canterbury MRT station. And this is a random photograph of a automated Simply Go ticketing service. And this photograph is from Keppel MRT station. big ass fans. This is one of the proof of attendance pictures. Keppel MRT station with the shuttle train pointing towards Cantonment and Prince Edward Road. There is no shuttle train service from Harbourfront MRT station. This is to prevent any crowd control disasters. So the only way to get to the public preview by shuttle train would be starting from Marina Bay. I think it's a good choice since Marina Bay MRT station also transfers between the North-South line, the Thomson East Coast line, and the Working Circle line. And this, what you are seeing here, is a replica of the front teeth of the tunnel boring machine. May or may not be immediately obvious to you, but it is something I've noticed because it seems extremely out of place. Right, the upper floor of Keppel MRT. At this point, I'm still inside the ticket entry area. And yes, there's a crowd of people inside the ticket entry area together with me. That is because there's an exhibition booth just around the corner. And this is the exhibition booth around the corner. See something safe, say something for a safer journey. Stay alert and aware of your surroundings. If you notice anything abnormal, irregular, strange, or unusual, report to the authorities immediately. Articles that are abnormal, irregular, strange, or unusual. Unattended, emitting an unusual odor or wires sticking out. Behavior, loitering suspiciously, asking strange questions, unusual photography, videography of security cameras. Okay, I do unusual photography and videography, but it is, as I would like to say, not of the security infringing nature. So what should you do? Report anything suspicious to the transit staff or call 999 immediately. If it is not safe to do so, report via the SG Secure app or SMS to 70999. exhibit A, suspicious person. And that is why I don't wear sunglasses or wear a cap. So here's a list of prohibited items. If you have them on your body, please unequip them. Okay. Some of these prohibited items are extremely rare in Singapore. You shouldn't be seeing it. They are also not items that you can easily buy through online stores. Okay, if you're asking what a slingshot is a prohibited item, yeah, those are not toys. Especially if you decide to launch a nail or a sharp object. Definitely not a toy. Okay, and here's a continuation of the list of control items. A firearm and a musket gun are classified differently. Yeah, military helmet are control items as well. And that is the reason why local national servicemen can't buy helmets at Beach Road. Sword, spear and spearhead, bayonet. What's a CS spray? What's a marine pyrotechnics? Fireworks all forms. You are not allowed to possess fireworks. Sparklers. Wire sparklers are also control items. Please take note. Crossbow. Heavy draw weight bows. Arrows with hunting tips. Don't expect to be a Tomb Raider. Explosives all kinds. Ammunitions all kinds. Empty cartridges with percussion caps attached. And this is the so-called artwork for Keppel MRT station. It feels more like a picture show and tell. Did you know Singapore is the world's largest and busiest transshipment hub? And the timeline goes to the 2040s and beyond. Keppel as it is now, because the Keppel terminal is still not being demolished, it will be some time before the Keppel terminal turns into another Keppel BTO project. Probably might not be for public housing, might be for private housing. After all, waterfront views tend to fetch more prices on the open market. Then on the other hand, because Keppel terminal is just nearby, the Keppel Distripark warehouses for container shipments. Yeah, these are the immediate buildings for now. Things might change 10 to 15 years down the road. Watch this space for future developments. But it is still possible to gain access to a hotel within 10 minutes of walking distance. Okay, a port transformed. Singapore has been a thriving trading hub since pre-colonial times, but it was the dawn of a new era on 23rd June 1972, where the island state opened its first container port and welcomed the first container vessel to berth there, City Terminals. Okay, it's more like a show and tell by the Port of Singapore Authority more than any other performing artists. And here's a picture of a male teaching the female how to take a photograph. Okay, more than 80% of what the world produces or consumes is transported by sea. And 1972, the first container terminal and the first container vessel, the MV Nihon. Sounds like a Japanese container ship. Then in 1982, Singapore handles 1 million 20-foot equivalent units of containers a year for the first time. In 1984, the PSA's PortNet system, the world's first port community solution, is launched where shipping lines and freight forwarders can get information on the containers directly. In 1992, Brani Terminal is officially opened. 1994, Keppel Distripark, the container freight station connecting to Tanjong Pagar, Keppel and Brani Terminal start operations. 1996, PSA's first overseas port project, Dalian Container Terminal begins operations. 1997, PSA is corporatized and succeeded by PSA Corp on 1st October. Year 2000, Pasir Panjang Terminal is officially launched. Year 2003, PSA International is formed as the global investment and strategic holding company to coordinate cross-border expansion and innovation. 2013, PSA received the plaque of commendation for its contribution to labor movement and progressive relationship with Singapore Port Workers Union and Port Officers Union. 2014, Singapore is the first port in the world to have cumulatively handled 500 million 20-foot equivalent units of containers. In the year 2022, PSA officially opens Tuas Port, currently the world's largest fully automated container terminal. And in the 2040s, Tuas Port is fully operational and can handle 65 million 20-foot equivalent units of containers yearly. And the journey continues. How long was it before I check my chat messages? So hi Beluga, hi Flopster. I'm doing a show and tell on the photographs taken on the 4th of July. No, it's not about America's independence, but more on the public preview of 3 new Circle Line MRT stations. Okay, these are some of the aerial photographs of the nearby ports. Tanjong Pagar Terminal. And this is the Keppel Terminal and the Brani Terminal. So Brani is actually on a separate island. You can say that it's the opposite side of the Keppel Terminal, such that the place is available for 2-lane shipping, whatever that means. Colorful containers. This is the Keppel District Park. And what you see behind the district park, these are public housing. And if you are curious, these are the twin antenna towers atop Bukit Timah Hill. The PSA supply chain hub at Tuas. The modern warehouse look. Tuas Port. It's a sign. And free wallpaper. Okay, interactive games for the whole family. 3D puzzle at Keppel Station. When the game master calls out a color, quickly turn and arrange the cubes to complete the matching puzzle image. Complete the puzzle within 1 minute to win a prize. Well, this puzzle is practically complete. And this is the queue of the public waiting their turn for the 3D puzzle. This is a rather long wall art along Keppel MRT station. Keppel Harbour, known ubiquitously as a container port, a coastline assembly, cranes that line the edge of the water, gargantuan beasts generally feeding from house or ships, a container, a closed box, the potential of holding every possible thing inside until open and revealed like Schrodinger's cat, anything from anywhere, building an entire city made from boxes and their wondrous contents. So as you can see, these boxes are not standardized in dimensions. This will make the crane operators work extra hard. A world in a box. And this is Uncontainable Dreams by Kenneth Ko Qibao. Uncontainable Dreams draws inspiration from the layered histories and evolving identities of Keppel Harbour. The artwork is composed in a one-point perspective, featuring floating shipping containers, each encapsulating a distinct aspect of Keppel's past. Coal sheds, mangroves, and baka poles once used in kelongs. The artist weaves a poignant diary into the composition, prompting viewers to imagine Singapore as a city constructed from the cargo of distant lands. Framed by the historical Dragon's Tooth rock, abstracted futuristic mechanical features traverse the foreground, referencing the iconic crane structures that define the container port silhouette. Together, these elements from the past, present, and imagined futures are treated as valuable resources from which new possibilities may emerge, merging into a new unified identity for Keppel. Kenneth is a registered architect and a partner at an architectural practice. His practice is grounded in continuous experimentation with art and its intersections with architecture and urban space. His portfolio spans digital illustrations, drawing whimsical references from Singapore's rich culture and history to large-scale art installations and sculptural works. He has produced murals at Little India and Bras Basah and a public sculpture in East Coast Park. These works transform architecture, culinary, and natural motifs into playful scenes that challenge scale and perspective, while the sculpture pays tribute to the dynamic interweaving of the cityscape with Singapore's urban greenery. Little India and Bras Basah. Well, that art is accessible to me. Maybe I should try to look for his other artworks. Okay, and these are not art pieces, but rather educational pieces of the work being done to make Keppel MRT station a reality. And no, this is not a giant Beyblade. And these are not caltrops. This is a disc cutter. This disc cutter was salvaged from the cutter head of the TBM used to construct the tunnel between Keppel and Cantonment stations. This is one of the 36 disc cutters that were mounted onto the front face of the tunnel boring machine. The disc cutters rotate to cut through solid and hard rock as the TBM moves forward gradually. The disc cutter's original position on the cutter head is highlighted in blue on the model suspended from the ceiling. So how many disc cutters are there above you? No, I didn't look up. And these are the twisted rebars. Foundation piles are underground concrete columns reinforced with multiple steel bars known as rebars. During the underpinning process, the viaduct's load and was transferred onto new micro piles, allowing the TBM to safely cut through the disconnected original piles. The Keppel Viaduct remained fully operational. As the TBM cut through the piles that once supported the Keppel Viaduct, these broken rebars were recovered. So imagine the Keppel Viaduct as a table. Engineers built new legs and carefully transferred the tabletop onto these new legs. After many safety checks, the old legs are disconnected. These steel bars are from the old legs, twisted and broken after the TBM dug through. So how old were these rebars? I wonder. Okay, and this is the model of the tunnel boring machine. And if you observe, these are the disc cutters on the face. The rest of the structure, whatever is here, and the back end of the boring machine. Conveyor belt. Excavated soil, rock fragment, and debris are removed by the screw conveyor from the tunnel face and transferred out to the TBM through the conveyor belt. The rate of excavated material removal and the rate of TBM advance are balanced, such that the tunnel face is always supported adequately to ensure the stability of the ground in front of the TBM. And as the TBM drills forward, a giant screw spins inside a tube to push the crushed rock and soil backwards. This debris is carried out in a conveyor belt for removal. The digging speed of the TBM is carefully matched with how fast the material is cleared away, so the tunnel stays safe and doesn't collapse. You have to imagine that this will be quite a claustrophobic environment, with the tunnel being just a few humans tall and a few more humans wide. The segment erector. CCL6 tunnel rings are made out of 6 precast concrete segments to form a circular tunnel, each 1.4 meter in width. The segment erector is a robotic arm that lifts and installs these segments to form a circular tunnel ring right behind the cutter head, making the tunnel structure permanent. The TBM is like an underground tunnel making factory. The segment erector is the robotic arm that fixes curved concrete pieces to the tunnel walls to make the inside of the tunnels nice and smooth. Each concrete piece weighs as much as a car, yet the robotic arm lifts and places them with millimeter perfect precision. and the cutter head is the front face of the TBM that is directly in contact with the ground to be excavated. Depending on the geological conditions, the appropriate cutter type, size, and number are installed onto the cutter head. The combination of rotating disc cutters and high contact pressure fractures and crushes the rock, allowing the TBM to advance. The TBM used in CCL6 was 6.7 meters in diameter. The cutter head uses dozens of spinning disc cutters to grind and crush rock as the machine slowly pushes forward. The TBM used for the tunnel, 6.7 meters inside, you just told us that, is big enough to fit a double-decker bus. Okay. TBM brought to you by China State Construction. Okay, and here's another edition of the Curious Cassie, and this is where the story starts. Let's see how many more photographs do I have after this. Okay, let me finish the remaining photographs before going back to the story of Curious Cassie. For now, just enjoy the artwork. I will spit fire on the wall of text later. Ooh, ooh. And this is one colorful underground corridor leading out from Keppel. Where does it lead to? It leads to number 2, one of the residential areas. No, actually it's not. It's just to the other side of the road. Okay, and these are some of the booths that you can find at the Keppel MRT station. Mascots of public transport graciousness. Design your character. Step 1. Select our character template. Step 2. Personalize your character with a hairstyle, outfits, accessories, and shoes. You may choose from our specially designed graphics under the Uploads tab or browse the graphics under the Elements tab. If you prefer, you may also draw directly on the character template. Step 3. Give your character a name and include it on your artwork. Please also add your name and email address so we know who the artist is. Step 4. Save your artwork using your name as the file name. Using my name as the file name. Yeah, it's easily identifiable. It's lucky that they ask you for your email address and not your contact number. Otherwise, having your name and contact number together would violate the Personal Data Protection Act, the PDPA. Okay, a thoughtful and caring ride with the thoughtful bunch. A gracious and caring commuting culture makes rides better for everyone. Our thoughtful bunch has been the icon of graciousness on public transport since 2014, embodying one thoughtful act each and gracious embodying one thoughtful act each and graciousness as a bunch. They remind everyone that there is thoughtfulness in all of us. And the bunch, stand up Ceci, gives out her seat to people who need it more. Move in Martin, moves in to make space so others can board. Give way Glenda, queues to one side of the door and lets others alight first. Back down Benny, puts his back down so everyone has more space around. And hush hush Hannah, keeps her volume down so we can all enjoy a peaceful ride. And with the template of the thoughtful bunch, who will you create? It takes more than a thoughtful bunch to make our journeys more inclusive and enjoyable for all. Our caring commuter champions are making a difference one journey at a time. Join the movement and help build a more gracious, inclusive commuting experience for all because every journey is better when we look out for one another. The logo for the CCC. And scan the QR code to find out more. And these are the booths where you play with the iPad and try to come out with something unique on your own. I guess this must be one of the game section. Just throw the ball into the holes and see what comes as a prize. Couldn't get a good view to take a good photograph. So this is what I made do with. Toss and win with graciousness. Match the colored ball to the correct thoughtful bunch by tossing it into the hole beside them. Score a cute thoughtful bunch figurine when you match the message to the right thoughtful bunch. And at Keppel MRT station, there is also a bicycle park. This bicycle park must be specially considered for the workers at present and for the residents in future. It's quite a big space. Wait, the MRT station hasn't opened yet. Why are there bicycles? Whose bicycle do these belong to? Okay, so this is a view of the inner space meant for bicycles. And in this picture, these are the elevators from ground floor to the bicycle park. And if the elevators are not working, there's still the bicycle stairs. Yeah, the line in yellow would be where you wheel your bicycle down from. And look at this. There's an empty space in between. And why is there a fan? Is it to provide additional ventilation because of all the public? And if your wheels have batteries in them, you can't park here. They don't want your batteries to explode and cause a fire. It's a sign. Okay, the PAB and PMD may be detained, removed, or disposed at the owner's expense. Get fined, get compensated. Okay, and this is what I found in the bicycle park. The three yellow lines. The three yellow lines are part of a tree of life. Notice 24-hour underpass. Okay, and with this last sign, it will come to the end of the photographs I have taken during the Circle Line Phase 6 public preview. Okay, and now time to go back to the case of the curious Cassie. More reading. One moment while I take a water break. Mouth's getting dry from 2 hours of streaming. Not that I've been talking for 2 hours straight, but you get the idea. Water break. Be back in about a minute. Okay, I'm back. Curious Cassie needs your help to find her way home. Scan to go on an adventure with Curious Cassie. Start from Keppel Station, solve the clues, and win exclusive prizes. About Circle Line 6. Circle Line 6 comprises 3 new stations at Keppel, Cantonment, and Prince Edward Road, which are located between Harbourfront and Marina Bay MRT stations. CCL 6 opening completes the full Circle Line loop, marking a major milestone for Singapore's rail network. With a total of 33 stations, whoosh, with a total of 33 stations, including 12 interchanges connecting to all other existing rail lines, the CCL will provide faster and more conventional journeys for commuters. About Move Light. Move Light is all about sustainable ways of commuting to explore new places and discover exciting things. The best part, you can do it by walking, cycling, or like Curious Cassie taking the train. Even the smallest choices can make a big difference for Singapore and our planet. So lace up your shoes, grab your helmet, and join the movement. Every little step helps make tomorrow greener and brighter for everyone. Okay, so follow Curious Cassie on an adventure. Hidden in these pages are 3 adventure tasks. Look out for them. Journey through the new Circle Line stations to get the answers. And earn a stamp at each new station to win your special prize. So far, far away, past the Milky Way, live Cassie. Curious Cassie live on a planet called Greylon. There you won't find flowers, you won't find grass, just concrete and steel, as cold as glass. But Curious Cassie didn't mind. She had treasure to find. She loved collecting objects she'd find on the ground and would keep them in her little pouch. A lost button, a metal shard, a shiny stone. Some called them waste. Cassie called them wonderful. So one day, something sparkly caught her eye. She reached out her hand and... Oh no! Curious Cassie accidentally fell into a wormhole. The wormhole turned and twisted in 1,000 shimmering colors. She swirled and spun and turned around upside down. Like this. Whoosh! So where am I? Curious Cassie opened her eyes. The sky was bright blue. The sun was warm and golden. She found herself outside a train station with a large tree-lined pathway. Curious Cassie looked up. Perched on a tree branch was a little black bird. She's never been so close to nature before. That's the Asian koal. It's saying hello to you. A big voice bellowed from behind. Ooh, ooh. It's an elephant and his gentle rhino friend. It's a bird that's native to Singapore, said the rhino. Oh, and welcome to Keppel Station. Curious Cassie gaps. Keppel? Singa? No wait. I need to get home to Greylon. Don't worry, little friend. We know just who can help, said the elephant. Take the Circle Line train to Cantonment Station and look for our friend Aussie Otter. He knows everything about journeys, near and far. Thanks for your help, replied Curious Cassie. What wonderful friends you are. And so, your adventure task 1. What are the names of the animal statues at Keppel Station? The elephant's name is, the rhino's name is. Find the statues and fill in the blanks. Okay, these statues are found on the surface level of the MRT station, and it is not something you can find in the underground air-conditioned areas. So I do not know the names because I did not venture out to the surface. But boarding the train so clean and bright, a magic vessel filled with pure delight. Her ears perked up at the cheerful chime. Next station, Cantonment. Do 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 do. I think the do 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 should start first before the next station, Cantonment, gets announced. But in any case, off she goes. Okay, so where is the off she goes? This is the last. And now I have to scroll down to when I arrive at Cantonment and snap the pictures. Okay, shouldn't be too difficult because this is always the first panel. Okay, so whoa, ding dong, Cantonment. Stepping out from the train, curious Cassie's eyes grew wide. Above her, the ceiling curved into a grand arch. Towering, colorful glass panels lined the platform, glowing softly in the light. Blues and greens and golds, all in a row. Back in Greylon, nothing ever looked like this. And there, beneath the lazy spin of a cool metal fan, sat a figure tall, thick, and tan. The tall, thick, and tan. She walked over slowly. Excuse me, are you Aussie Otter? The otter sprang to his feet. I am, and you must be lost. I need to go back to Greylon, but I don't know the way, Cassie exclaimed. He leaned in, whiskers twitching. Something awaits you at Prince Edward Road Station, shimmering and bright. It moves without legs, it glows without light. Now go, before it slips out of sight. And before she knew it, curious Cassie was on the move again. So the task for this station, Adventure Task 2. Look at the ceiling of Cantonment Station. How many colorful glass panels are there? Count carefully. There are 8 times 3, 24 panels. Okay, and this is Curious Cassie at Cantonment. And now, last stop, Prince Edward Road. Prince Edward Road. Curious Cassie emerged from Prince Edward Road Station. The ceilings rippled and rolled. The walls swept in gentle flowing curves. A salty sea breeze drifted through the air. Moves without legs, glows without light. What could it be? Curious Cassie scratched her head as she thought about what Aussie Otter had said. As she followed the waves deeper into the station, turning corners and surfing escalators, something sparkly caught her eye. Something sparkly caught her eye. A wall turned and twisted in 1,000 shimmering colors. It swirled and spun and turned upside down. Hey, I know that shimmer, she exclaimed. It's the wormhole back to Greylon. She reached out her hand towards the glittering wall and... Hey, Cassie! Wait! She stopped and turned around. It was Aussie Otter, eyes wide and bright. Behind him, the elephant and rhino stood in line. There's one more thing you have to see before you go back, he said in his gentle voice. Come with us. Exiting the station hand in hand, curious Cassie understood what they didn't want her to miss. Curious Cassie was greeted by the most beautiful sunset she had ever seen. With the sun melting into the horizon, the evening sky was drenched with hues of orange, pink, and gold. She was too stunned to speak. As they basked in the golden hour, Aussie Otter pulled out a Polaroid camera. Click. Whoa. And curious Cassie looked at the photograph, smiling up at her new friends. She said to herself, I think this is my favorite thing I've ever found. With her heart feeling fuller than ever, she added the photograph to her little pouch of treasures. Nightfall Singapore, Prince Edward Road. And so, the task for Prince Edward Road Station, task number 3. What is it? What color is the new Circle Line train livery? Hint, is the same color as the Circle Line. Orange? I could be wrong, but I hope the answer is orange. Well, it can't be iridescent green or purple, right? Like what you see in this artwork. Alright, and that is all I have for you for Circle Line 6. Thank you for watching. If you have missed any part of the photographs, just scroll along the 2.5 hours of live stream, and I hope you get to see what you wanted to see. Oh, and before I go, thank you for watching. Subscribe, click the notification button to be informed of future content. And I hope you found this video to be, and I hope you found this stream to be. See you in the next video. Bye. Bye. Okay, ending the stream. See you in the next stream. I'll be playing more video games. Hope you come to hang out for a bit.